Here at Sibley Memorial Hospital, Dr. Sean Spurney treats everything from broken bones to heart and respiratory ailments. But when she prescribes medicines, she always has to check whether they could interact with any other drugs her patients are already taking.
As patients are now on longer and longer lists of medications, there are more potential interactions, and one of the problems that we see here is that patients see multiple physicians of multiple specialties, and so they're getting prescriptions from all different sources, and those people don't always have access to the complete list.
The most typical type of harmful interaction is when one medicine affects the way the body metabolizes another drug. In other words, when one drug makes the body absorb a second drug faster or slower than normal.
One of the things that we see really commonly is that one medication will affect the metabolism of another. So if you think you have a patient on dose X of a medication, when a different doctor gives them another medication that interacts, they'll end up effectively receiving double the dose that you gave them or half the dose, maybe, depending on how that second medication affects the metabolism.
The medical establishment in America began to really take the issue seriously more than a decade ago, when the authoritative National Institute of Medicine released a report documenting the large number of harmful side effects and even deaths caused by the problem.
So we've had a big push in this country over the last 5 to 7 years to do what we call reconciliation, which is now actually a law that every time you see a patient, you have to reconcile their medication. So you have to take their whole list of medications as accurately as you can compile it and go through it. And most electronic medical records will now automatically alert you about certain interactions. And the accuracy of the list is always potentially, it's very difficult to be 100% accurate.
Dr. Spurney says that while doctors and hospitals are now more aware of the problem, patients have an important role to play too.
And what we love and always makes us smile is when we meet a new patient and they pull out of their wallet a small typed card with all their medications and the doses and who is prescribing it for them. So having your own accurate information, sort of owning that information yourself, is really important. I would say the next thing is anytime you're prescribed a new medication, asking, is this going to interact with my other medicines? And the medications that we ask people to be particularly attuned to are blood thinners. So will a medication make a blood thinner more or less effective? Any medications for heart problems? And then always asking about antibiotics, because antibiotics can affect almost any other set of medications.
America has a highly fragmented healthcare system, with hospitals, private doctors, and other healthcare providers who never communicate with one another.
Everybody hopes that if we have more integrated health systems where the physician you see in the hospital speaks to the physician you have outside, those people access your records within the same computer system and can foresee problems and avert them and call patients to talk to them, that we would be able to avoid a lot of these, as you say, unintended problems with medications.
One of the elements of President Obama's big health care reform is moving from paper to electronic health records. Experts say that could go a long way to help resolve the problem of harmful drug interactions, but the task is hugely complicated, and the move to electronic records is slow and expensive. With new drugs being introduced all the time, the risk of harmful interactions is a constant problem. Doctors are supposed to remain on top of this, but experts say that patients can help protect themselves by always bringing a list of all the medications they are taking along with the dosages anytime they see a physician. For Saudi Good Morning, this is Burton Bolag in Washington.